What's up, everybody? It's Brandon Huerta here with Maniaci, and in this episode of the Benefit Breakdown, we'll be discussing return to work considerations, including best practices for employers on how to mitigate potential workplace risks. First up, for all the guys out there growing a nasty quarantine beard, just get rid of it. It's hideous. Plus, mustaches are better anyways. Get out of here and save your mustache for Movember. Oh, and no offense to my pre-COVID beard and mustache connoisseurs. You guys are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. All right, so employers are eager to get back to normal to make up for lost time and revenue, but rushing back to business as usual is not a good idea, both culturally and from a risk and liability perspective. Employers have a huge responsibility to get employees back to work as safely as possible, but unfortunately there isn't a one-size-fits-all approach because every business and industry is different. Before we get into the more practical areas, I want to stress the importance of paying attention to your employees' mental health. Employees will be facing different challenges at home, including childcare issues, concerns about their own health and the health of their loved ones, so you want to have a game plan. And now's the time to start having conversations with employees. And you can do this on an individual basis, or through a town hall style meeting, or perhaps a survey. And when you do this, you can expect to receive a lot of individualized requests from employees, and I'd recommend that you're flexible and open and willing to consider these requests. No matter your opinion on the pandemic, we can all agree that stress levels, anxiety, depression, alcoholism, and financial strain have drastically increased. So an easy way to show your employees that you care is to let them know that they have someone to talk to. Whether that's your HR department or your employee assistance program, just let them know that there are resources available, because showing compassion to your employees will help create trust and it'll help enhance your culture. And as the saying goes, a happy employee is a productive employee. Plus, you're less likely to be sued. And guess what? With the courts being closed, plaintiff attorneys are foaming at the mouth to try and find employers at fault. So let's structure a game plan that creates happy employees and minimizes your overall risk. Up first is the million-dollar question. When should I bring my employees back on site? This is tough, and it largely depends on the decisions of your state and local governments, which are evolving daily. But check out your industry and what other businesses in your area are doing, and ask yourself, is it the right time to bring employees back? And if so, who should return? If employees are productive in the work-from-home environment, then allowing them to stay home and eliminating the risk of them spreading the virus at work may be the best practice. Next up, you'll want to focus on communication, because this is crucial when trying to regain the trust of your employees.
Ladies and gentlemen,
be sure to let them know the steps and precautions that you're taking to protect them. For example, let them know about your new cleaning and disinfecting regimen, or announce that your cleaning service is up to date with COVID cleaning standards. And if you're not using a janitorial service, use one, because this will help mitigate potential negligence risks. You'll also want to encourage and reinforce CDC hand hygiene guidelines and remind employees to wash their hands regularly. An easy way to do this is by putting up signs and posters in common areas, and it's also a good idea to place touch-free sanitizing stations throughout the business along with disinfectant wipes. Setting employee expectations should also be a top priority. For example, are you going to require employees to wear face masks? And if so, are you going to provide them? Or another example, are you going to take employees' temperatures when they walk through the front door? The EEOC allows for employers to take employees' temperatures, but if you go this route, be sure to do it on a non-discriminatory basis and keep the results confidential for HIPAA privacy. For those employees who can't work from home, start thinking about how you can redesign their workspace to adhere to social distancing requirements. Unfortunately, this looks like it might be the end to the open office concept and the return of the dark and lonely cubicle. A few other questions to consider. Are we going to stagger shifts? Do we need to close our break rooms? Are we going to limit the number of people allowed in the conference room? How do we encourage employees to use their phone, messaging apps, and email instead of meeting face-to-face? So it's easy to set rules, but if our employees don't follow them, do we need a COVID enforcement team? Of course you don't want to be the bad guy, but our attorneys are recommending that if you set policies and employees don't follow them, there needs to be consequences. For example, if an employee's not wearing a face mask. The last thing you want to be hit with is a negligence lawsuit, and to give you an idea of the current landscape, California has already announced that COVID claims are going to be covered under workers' compensation, and the burden of proof is on the employer. There are so many moving pieces when you're considering a return-to-work strategy, and it's critical that you get it right. If you need any resources, like a return-to-work checklist, a welcome back letter, required signage, or if you have any questions, just let me know and I'm happy to help.